We're joined now from Paris by Famke Krumbmüller, who's the head of research for the political consultancy OpenCitiz. Thanks for being with us. So, as we've heard, there a lot on his plate. Presumably part of the battle is to him to do well in the June elections in order to be able to do any of this. How's that shaping up?
That's definitely right. It's entirely unprecedented in France that we have a president who has no member in the outgoing parliament, since he only created his movement 1 year ago, and he now needs to get some type of majority in order to be able to govern the country. So these elections are extremely important. It's unclear at this stage whether he will manage to get a majority or not. It will definitely be a huge task, if not impossible. And so the question will be, will he have to govern in a coalition, something that has never happened in France before either, or in cohabitation with the right wing because they get a majority? Those will be his main challenges over the next few weeks, so he will be very concentrated on campaigning for these elections.
And he's talked about this concept of bringing back French self-belief. How much have the much talked about kind of malaise in France about their kind of identity and the way they see themselves? How much is that an issue, do you think?
It is an issue. It has always been an issue for the French over the past years, let's say. But more concretely, he will have to focus on very real problems, such as the high unemployment levels in France that have been higher than 10%, close to 11% over the past years. One of the many reasons that outgoing President François Hollande wasn't popular is because he didn't manage to address this problem. So eyes will be on Macron to tackle this unemployment problem. People will also look to him in terms of managing security and terrorism issues in France, which have been high on the agenda over the past year at least, and which are a huge concern for the French population.
And give us an idea of what kind of people we might expect in his top team.
That's extremely difficult to predict at this stage. We've had a number of names floating around in terms of who will be the prime minister, which he will appoint tomorrow. It's likely that he will try and send a signal to the right in France because he's perceived still to be more from the left. And he wants to firmly position himself in the center in order to be able to get the electorate from the left as well as from the right in the legislative elections about which we just talked. So that will be important, and he will probably also reflect this in other people that will be close to him over the next days and weeks. These will be announced and it will become clearer.
And on Monday there's also the big meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Give us a flavour of where they might agree or disagree on the future of Europe and the European Union.
Yes, so that's very high on Macron's agenda. He's very openly pro-European and has made it a huge priority for him to push further Eurozone integration, most importantly, and he's going tomorrow to Germany in order to talk to German Chancellor Angela Merkel about this. They will probably not talk as much publicly about the disagreements that they have on the Eurozone. What's interesting is that the countries tend to use the same words, and this has been ongoing for years, if not decades, same words in terms of Eurozone integration for different things that they want. So they will agree on, let's say, the need for a finance minister of the Eurozone, but Germany will want the finance minister in order to look into other countries' budgets, and France will want it in order to stimulate different Eurozone economies in terms of needs. So it will definitely be very interesting to watch what these two will have to say in terms of the future of the Eurozone. But bear in mind that Merkel is facing national elections in September, and that probably not much will move ahead of those elections.
OK, Famke Krumbmüller, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.